Budget 2017 is around the corner, and every year when the Finance Minister presents the budget in Parliament, there is significant public attention and hype around what the budget may contain. Unfortunately, gleaning that information is not an easy task. Budget documents tend to be highly jargonized and have a host of information spread across multiple documents. For the past 8 years, we at Accountability Initiative have been tracking budgets for key social sector programs with an aim to strengthen budget transparency and to deepen engagement between citizens and government. This video series, called Breaking Down the Budget, is an attempt to do just that, to make budgets more accessible to citizens. There will be 6 videos to the series. We hope that at the end of these videos, reading budgets will become a less daunting task. This is the first video. So what is a budget? A budget is the annual financial statement estimating both receipts and expenditures of the government that needs to be laid down before Parliament. In layperson's term, a budget is basically a method of worrying, both before you spend the money as well as afterwards. Before we dig into different budget documents and the kind of information they may contain, it's important to go over some key budget terminologies that you will hear through the presentation. Budget allocations are usually divided into 4 different categories. We have plan expenditure, meant for financing the programs and schemes especially framed under a given plan, such as the 5-year plan or an annual plan. Next, we have non-plan expenditure, which constitutes ongoing expenditure by the government not covered by the plans. Another categorization often done is revenue versus capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure is expenditure not used to create assets. For example, expenses on salaries or other administrative costs. Capital expenditure, on the other hand, is expenditure that is used to create assets or to reduce liabilities. For example, building a road or paying back a loan. Another useful terminology is referred to as demand for grants. Demand for grants refer to estimates of expenditure by different ministries and departments, and there is usually one demand for grant for each department. These need to be discussed by related standing committees and are approved or voted on in Parliament. Other terms you will hear during this presentation are different kinds of estimates: budget estimates, revised estimates, or actuals. Budget estimates, or BEs, are estimates of the amount of money that is allocated for the following year. For instance, the budget that will be announced on the 1st of February will have budget estimates for 2017-18. Next are revised estimates, or REs. These are estimates of the probable receipts or expenditures for the current financial year. This is based on transactions already recorded and anticipation for the remainder of the year, and also includes supplementary demand for grants which may have been made through the year. So again, taking the example of the budget on February 1st, it will give the revised estimates for the current financial year, namely 2016-17. Finally, we have actuals, which are sometimes even referred to as accounts. This would include the actual expenditure incurred in the last financial year. So for Budget 2017, announced on the 1st of February, actuals for 2015-16, that is the last financial year, will be presented. Having now described the different budget terminologies, let's now look at where we can find this information. All budget documents are uploaded on the main budget website www.indiabudget.nic.in. But finding information from budgets can be like looking for a needle in a haystack. So let's go step by step. There are broadly 6 main documents that have most of the information that one would need to analyze social policy. The first is the budget speech, which is the typed version of the speech delivered by the Finance Minister. Second are budget highlights, key expenditure and tax proposals made in the budget. The third important document is Budget at a Glance, which gives a brief overview of almost all aspects of receipts and expenditures given in the budget. The last 2, the receipt budget and expenditure budget, are the most important documents. The receipt budget provides an estimated income or receipts of the government in detail, while the expenditure budget has a host of information given in its 2 volumes. While Volume 1 has the central plan outlays by departments and ministries, as well as expenditure on specific groups such as women or children, Volume 2 gives the detailed breakdown. Each of these sources can tell us different things about the government, from government priorities, policies, sources of revenue, expenditure and allocation trends, and even fund devolution. In the next video, we will get into some detail on the sources of information that can be gleaned from different budget documents. Thank you for watching.